Yeah. This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Let's go!
Hey everybody, on the show today we caught up with Jonathan Brown.
That was really great actually, and Jeremy McGovern joins us too from the Eagles. That was a bit of fun.
Little Costa, the gardener, the hairy little gnome, we have a chat with him and he tells us about finger limes and tiny green bananas. Give solutions to those problems. Would you rather have a weird phone call from a monkey or Sean McManus? We'll discuss
Sometimes
that.
you can't tell the difference. When you pass away, is there something at your house that you are terrified everybody will find? And do you have a plan for that? We talk about that exact thing and wait till you hear Derek's story.
We got a couple of heads of state that Nathan brings to our attention. Very good stories, these ones.
This is Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
It's not easy being green.
Oh, it's time to catch up with our favourite gardener from Gardening Australia, which returns tonight on the ABC at 7:30. Lock it in. Costa Georgiadis, good morning.
Costa!
Team, I need to confess.
Well,
yes,
we're here for you.
I know what you've been up to, Costa, and I'm a bit filthy about it.
Tell us.
I know, and
Tell us. Tell it. No, you know what? Tell Perth.
I come to the altar and I apologise, Perth. I said that when I'm next in town, I will come in.
Yes.
But I was a bit more Freo based. We were filming down there and getting smashed by the weather, so I just didn't get a chance to sort of sneak away from Freo.
Costa,
Oh, that is
Costa,
a lie.
I drive from Freo every day.
Me too, I'm where Nat is. We got two lifts
And
coming
you're
our
in
way.
North Freo, so
It's even closer. Yeah,
That's right.
I realise that. So no, I submit. I give in. I surrender. I owe you.
Did you get stuck at like Mojo's or Mrs. Brown's for
Yes.
a couple and you just couldn't be asked getting up?
Yeah, exactly. I thought, I can't see those psychos.
yeah, fair enough.
Costa,
So,
have you at the age with what happens with all of our parents where if it's raining they say they can't travel? Have you hit that? Is that it's like raining, I can't go anywhere, it's raining.
Well, can I say, we rocked up to film. We were down at the North Freo Social Farm filming a story there.
Yeah.
And we got there and like within sort of half an hour of arriving in the morning, it was just on 8 a.m. And wow, we just got smashed with the hail. And suddenly
Yes.
the whole place was white and we'd filmed there the day before. So we got major continuity. It's like, hang on a second, what happened here? So we had to get the hose out and hose it. Like it was
All the
about
hail
an
down.
inch thick, and hose it, wet the hail so it would melt. We got on the bowling green and did snow angels and
amazing.
It was just bizarre, and then it just kept hammering us all day. It would come in and
Yeah.
then go away. And then
looking
sun
at-
come
It's the
out a
same
bit.
at our house, Costa.
Yeah.
My lawn was exactly
Here
the
he
same
is,
as
his
what you're
little
in.
snow
doing your
angels
angel.
right now.
it was foul weather, that's for sure. And the problem with you're in a community garden and there's a hailstorm, the risk is that the plants are going to get stripped of all the good stuff as well.
Yeah, exactly. And like they got this big shelter, but it's quite high, and then it was coming in horizontal.
Yes.
It's good.
Yeah, but you know what you
Got
do?
to have it.
If that was the case, wouldn't you just go go to Woolies or something and just buy some lettuce and just
Yeah.
ram it in the ground?
Couple of you, but look how fresh this
Yeah,
stuff is.
lettuce is okay. It's quite affordable over this side of the country, Costa. Costa, I was looking at your first episode of Gardening Australia, and there's a couple of things. Firstly, there's an amazing laneway, right? that
Yes,
people go
it
to,
is. It's amazing.
where people donate plants and stuff like that. Did you ask the question, how many get flogged? Because so it's a laneway, it's a public laneway. There's guys wanted to jazz it up. They said, but if anyone wants to come and donate plants, anyway, the whole thing is just beautiful and green. But if that happened here in Perth,
Unbelievable.
I swear to God, they would get stolen every
It
night.
happens in your own garden, so it would happen there, surely.
Yeah, we've got big
Well,
green
you know
thieves
what
over
happened?
here.
Yeah, you know what happened? It was like they put a couple out there, and then the community just rallied and said, "Hey, I got a couple. And then before long, like the community ownership, it shifted. This lane had rubbish in it. There was all sorts of antisocial behaviour. There was, just syringes. It was really underbelly King's Cross. But once they started to put the garden in there, the community just came together and they loved it. Then they started painting walls. They got a couple of local artists to commission some murals. They put some benches in. So people were walking in and out day and night. And now that the community owns it, and so there's nothing, no one takes anything. They got the opposite problem.
Because everybody's
so
involved.
Surprising.
Yeah.
Because here, people flog greenery all the
Yes.
time. Do people flog stuff out of your garden? Because if I went past your garden, I'd flog something.
Yeah. I've got my vicious attack chickens waiting.
Big talons on
That's
them.
what we need.
Jump out of the compost bin, the lids will lift, and they'll go, right, you menace, we're going to hammer you. So, no, it's pretty good. I think it's that shift where it goes from being this kind of non-owned, that's council land, that, we don't connect with it, to suddenly, hey, I got buy-in, this is our place, and there's eyes on it all the time. So the same thing happened with my street garden when I first set it up. People in the street were going, oh, yeah, what if people take it? And I said, and? They said, yeah, but what if people take the veggies? I said,
We'll just grow some more.
What else? And people are really, 99.9%. Once I had someone, I looked down and I saw someone ripping the kale out. And I said, no, that's not
they
how
can
you
have it.
harvest.
I can't give it away.
Take the quinoa with you.
Ready to make up for missed holidays with whatif.com?
Well, you got to love an Aussie winter getaway, but bring on spring.
Jump on the What If app to book hotels, holiday rentals, flights and more.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
We've got Costa Georgiadis with us now.
Hello, Costa.
Hello.
Good morning,
Costa.
Costa.
We've got a lot of
Good morning.
confused people putting
Coming
out their
better.
green thumbs trying to get a hitchhiker ride to Answer Highway. This is Chad from Bicton. Hey, Chad. Hey,
Hey, Chad.
Hey,
buddy.
yeah, Costa, I love the beard.
Oh, thank you. That's we're on the same team already.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, we got a problem in Bicton. We had a banana tree, and it was all exciting to see bananas sprouting, and it got to a stage where they were green and they were looking to get there, and they sort of got half the size, I would have thought, and then sort of stopped, and that was it. It was hurry up, turn yellow, and what are they doing?
Grow a bit. Come on.
So your
Do
problem
something.
is tiny green bananas. Tiny green stunted bananas.
What's the go
Yeah,
there,
unlike
Costa?
a lemon, having a wee on it isn't going to provide the divine intervention. I mean, the issue is, with bananas not being in the tropics, because you don't have the temperature and the heat, it takes a lot longer. It's the same here in Sydney. It takes us a lot longer for them to ripen. And then of course when they're on the tree, you get more sugar and more flavour when they ripen on the tree. But then there's always that trade off, because if they get really sweet and they're on the tree, then everyone else, all the other co-residents we share nature with, they'll go, ooh, yeah, you beauty, and they'll get online, tell their mates, and come and hammer it overnight. So that's where what people generally do is when they get to that, before they get to that point, take it off, hang them, and we get them in my local school, and if you let it ripen on the tree, then they're all ripe at one time, which becomes at a school it's all right because you can give them out, but I just hang them in the GA's shed, and then it would just break off the hands as they slowly ripen, and away you go. So that's been your problem. The temperatures drop. It hasn't been able to close out. Probably what you want to do is take it off, hang it up, and what's there will slowly ripen for you.
Hey, Chad, how small is your banana? How small is it?
They were very small, actually, yeah.
It is the weather, Chad. It's been cold.
Yeah.
It had to be the cold.
Yeah, so are we talking 3 inches, Chad?
Yeah, I just followed what Nathan would normally do. I threw them in the bin and went to cold.
Good on you, Chad. Thank you.
He's on
David.
my team.
David's in
Until
Riverton. Hi, David.
Good morning, team.
Hey,
All right,
Dave.
Dave. What's your question for Costa?
Okay, finger limes. I've got 3 of them. They're in pots on the northern face, full sun. I've got one will actually grow fruits that are small and wrinkle and there's nothing to them. One does nothing. One gets a flush of flowers and then no fruits. What am I doing wrong?
What is he doing wrong with his finger limes, Costa?
Fruiting finger limes. How embarrassing.
Okay. Finger limes in pots take a little bit of time, and I've had 2 in pots in my place,
Yes.
and they've been probably in there for I'm trying to think, maybe 4 or 5 years, and I was in the same boat. I thought, each year I'd go out, no flowers, nothing much going on. And then last year, boomer, out came the flowers.
Yeah.
And I and then one of them I hadn't even noticed the flowers, and I looked one day. I was looking for something else, and I looked, and there was all the fruit hanging there. So, yeah, they do take time, but once you get that first flush, then already like that, they're on, and it's almost like it flicks a switch, and they'll be on. So, how long have they been in for? 2 years.
About 2. One's about 3 years. In actual fact,
I reckon.
How do they go repotting as well? Because they're in sizable pots, probably about 600 diameter, and I was thinking that maybe I need to put them in a bigger pot. They're only about a metre tall.
Yeah, no, don't put them in a bigger pot. Leave them in there. You're almost there. I reckon. Another year or so. If they don't come good this year, I reckon they'll be good next year. They just need to get that bulk and a good root ball about them, and then away you go. So I reckon.
Do you prune them, Costa?
No, finger limes you don't need to.
Okay,
prune
great.
them.
Because I've got one too, and I wanted to know what to do with it.
Can I just say something controversial? I was thinking, okay, Costa waited 5 years, you're waiting 3 years for the little flower. I thought, oh God, this flower must be amazing. It's not very impressive.
No, when you, it's not for the flower. You get the fruit and you cut it open. And it's like a sweet little citrusy caviar. It's amazing in gin.
Right. Can't you go and get it from the local?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Fresh Provision sell them.
So Costa, really, the answer to all this is just go to the supermarket.
Go down the shops.
Costa?
Yeah, and why bother?
They save a lot. I mean, like it's quicker. It's 5 years. It's quicker to go to the shop.
They are expensive, but
you are our challenge, Menace. You are our challenge, week in and week out. That's why we're back to try and deal with that.
Well, on that, what's one thing he can grow on his balcony that would provide him with a crop, a quick crop?
A new attitude.
Well, come in next time.
Hey, mate, I bet you any money I can pick one of them quicker at the shops too.
Lots of manure on that attitude.
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
It's been a little while since we caught up with the champion himself, Jonathan Brown, former Brisbane Lions superstar. But nothing changes when you see Brownie.
No.
It's a Friday morning, and that means when we see Brownie at 9 in the morning, he's having a crownie.
I'm having a crown lager. It's our traditional finish to a Friday because, of course, we're 2 hours ahead of you guys over in the west.
Yep.
But I'm using it to wash down. Swanee has cooked up like a Middle Eastern dish this morning.
What is that?
So I don't know what it is, but geez, it tastes good.
It's good.
It's like some sort of yellowy rice with tomatoes and halloumi.
Oh,
like a
you
Middle Eastern
should
cheese.
write menus.
yes. It's like talking to Matt Preston right now.
Can I get the yellowy rice, please?
So I wouldn't have thought you couldn't get more Australiana than the Crown Lager, could you? The pride of the fleet.
Yeah, pride of the fleet.
But into a sort of beautiful Middle Eastern sort of curry type situation. I'm not sure they go hand in hand, but geez, it tastes good anyway.
What I love is that you had to clarify that you're 2 hours ahead because in your mind 9 o'clock's fine for this.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Exactly right. What's happening over there? We all good?
We are. We're gearing up for this weekend of footy. Obviously, Fremantle playing for a top 4 position. A lot of things to play out with that one.
Yes.
But tonight, mate, your old team playing
a blockbuster.
bloody massive game.
I know, it's huge. Up at the Gabba Tour. The Gabba Tour.
Yes.
They tried to get that name up years ago because the rugby league team have got the Brisbane Broncos. They've got, the famous Suncorp Stadium, which used to be called Lang Park, where all the State of Origin played. It's called the Cauldron, or the Cauldron.
Yep.
And these marketing gurus at Lions thought, you know what, we need a name for the Gabba. So we're going to go with the Gabba Tour. But we didn't go because, you're slicing, you dice your opponents up.
Yeah, you're slaughtering your opponents, yes.
Slaughtering your opponents. But they didn't come up with a name until after we had that great run where we won all those premierships. And all of a sudden we became a really ordinary team. And so they didn't factor in that we were going to have our home ground was going to be called the Gabba Tour, but we were going to lose most of our home games.
So the Gabba Tour,
it didn't stick.
What's the Gabba Tour supposed to be playing on? Because it sounds
Abattoir.
like
Abattoir.
Oh, right, because I get Saboteur.
No, Abattoir.
No, Abattoir. Anyway, it's a big game. Big implications because the winner finishes second or third, the loser finishes sixth.
Yeah, it's huge. And then, obviously it's important for my team to win, but the big one then closes out on Sunday, which is, Sunday. Carlton versus Collingwood. I sell it at the MCG.
I think it's the biggest home and away game. It might be close to the biggest event outside of grand finals this city's seen in about 30 years.
Yeah.
Expecting now over 90,000 people. Which is virtual capacity for a home and away game. It's going to be, the town is going to be going absolutely berserk. It's going to be packed. Can you believe my daughter Olivia, my eldest daughter, who's crazy Carlton supporter? She's just hit me up on the way home from school yesterday afternoon. She said, Dad, a few of me mates want to go to the footy on Sunday afternoon. Carlton, Collingwood. Do you reckon you can just grab us 8 tickets, Dad? So no tickets. It's completely sold out. So it's going to be a big event. Looking forward to that one.
Can I just say, the people that we're in a world where people think we can get them tickets, and you are doubly as well. Sean is for football and any concert that comes.
Entertainment, no.
Yeah. Just a public announcement: we can't get to any of these concerts.
No,
like people just think we get showered with stuff. Back in the day, Brownie, I don't know. Did you might have missed the heyday of radio?
Yeah,
the heyday of radio, mate.
You just got showered with free things all the time.
Things we would get sent, and the places we'd be taken would just be amazing. And
absolutely.
Then it dried up when Sean came.
Now all you do is just get a box of donuts once every couple of weeks.
They'll send one donut with the 3 of our names on it.
Exactly right. Now, what about the big news that's just broken over here in Victoria, that Alistair Clarkson's made his decision?
Oh. Has he?
Yeah,
Okay.
which team do you think he's chosen?
Oh, he's got to have chosen the Bombers because they've got all the money.
You would have to.
Surely.
Wrong.
He chose North Melbourne.
He chose North Melbourne. So that's a big breaking news.
So now
It's
what's
just come out
Essendon
5
do?
minutes
That's
ago.
super awkward.
It is super awkward. So does Ben Rutten, he's going to obviously coach tomorrow night in his the final game for Essendon against Richmond. But does he come back next year after clearly Essendon have been wooing their mistress or trying to woo another lover, and they haven't been able to get her over the line. So now they've got to go back to Benny Rutten and say, is it okay?
We've made a horrible mistake.
You can't coach next year. We talked about it a bit this week, you know. You can't.
It's the lack of support.
And they got to pay him out. They say, here's your year. We've pulled you through the mud. We're going.
But then they don't have a coach. Then who coaches them?
Mate, there's people out there. There's people out.
Absolutely.
Adam Kingsley and Adam Uze are 2 people fighting over the GWS. Take one there, maybe.
Or do you suck it up and you just go, well, you know what? He's the greatest coach of the modern era. I can understand if he was out there, it was the appeal of Alistair Clarkson. They got sucked into it. They wanted to make the big splash. They couldn't get him. Okay, I'll go back to coaching and I'll commit to it as much as I possibly can. It's going to be a tough one.
That's
tough
just too
decision for him to
awkward.
make.
It's like going back to your missus after you've tried to court, I don't know, El McPherson back in the day, and you go, oh, it didn't work out, so can you take me back?
Yeah, but your missus
Jeez,
should
it'd be one
really
hell of a
respect
story,
that you're
though.
going to give it a red hot go.
It'd be
You know
a
what I
great
mean? It'll be
story.
like, come on.
It'd be a great story.
I gave it a crack.
So that'll be filling up the news for the rest of the day, I would have thought.
Yeah.
No worries.
Big
Brownie,
time.
no doubt we'll be able to see you on every Fox TV show for the rest of the 3 days over the weekend.
Unbelievable. Yeah, it's busy. I'm working. I'm working tonight. Obviously, Melbourne, Brisbane. Saturday night show's been fun. The best on ground, which comes on after the footy, and then Sunday afternoon, the big blockbuster across town at Marvel Stadium. Sydney versus St Kilda.
Oh, you got that one. You got the big one.
Yeah. Can you believe that? Now, I'll tell you what, I'm going to have to multitask because I'm going to have to be commentating that game whilst watching Collingwood Carlton on my phone. Let's see how well I go with that one.
Good luck, mate. Enjoy the
Lovely
grounding on a
work,
Friday.
Brownie.
See you, buddy.
All the best. Take care.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean.
So you might have heard about this Australian guy called Bill Edgar. He's called the Coffin Confessor. Now, he started embarking on a really interesting career about 4 years ago when a bloke, just before he passed away, had given him $10,000 to rock up to his funeral and kick out another man who was trying it on with his wife.
How's that? How's that, everyone?
It's great, isn't it? Good money.
Your last wish.
Yes.
Yes.
So he recently has gotten a phone call from a nurse that works with palliative care. So that's people right at the end.
Yes, at the end of their life, yeah.
And there was an 88-year-old bloke that had a request. He spoke to Bill and said, I need you to go around my house and I need you to clean some stuff up so my adult sons don't find it because I'm really embarrassed. And he goes, well, what is it? And he goes, well, I have sex toys at home. And he goes, oh, well, I mean, sex toys, that's no big deal. And, that's fine. He goes, and then he goes, oh, no. He goes, it's not just sex toys. I have a sex dungeon.
I think nothing would make adult children happier than finding their 88-year-old dad's sex dungeon.
Yep. Bill went around to the man's house and he said, indeed, there was a sex dungeon.
I can't confirm.
And he said it was a very impressive one at that. He said, I'm telling you, it was the most immaculate, pristine, beautiful room anyone could ever go into.
Wow.
It was so nice. He goes, you didn't feel uncomfortable in there. It was just weird. It was just here. It was pristine. It was set
50
up.
Shades of Grey red room.
So it took him 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours to clean
to
everything
dismantle.
That was just the stains.
Yeah.
Don't shine a blue light in there, Sean.
Yeah.
Come on.
All the swings and the harnesses.
Oh, yeah,
and the
okay. What do you
cages
donate them
and-
down the local park?
No, he incinerated them all because you don't want to use an 88-year-old man's use sex toys. Let's be honest.
No, you do not.
There's not enough Glen 20 in the world. But it just brings me to think, Sean, and this is my question for you. Yes. If you knew that you're about to pass,
Yes.
is there anything at your house that's concerning that you need to?
Not at this point. Since I moved out from that Palmyra house, no.
Because I think that, I must live a very boring life because right now anyone can go into anything in my house and there's nothing there.
Yeah, you Maria condoed it a little while ago, didn't you?
Yeah, but I didn't even have anything there. The most embarrassing thing in my place is the 6 Harry Potter wands, and I don't use them for that reason.
And you've openly admitted to those.
Yeah, they're literally used just for magic.
Well, one of my friends has actually, we've had the conversation where she said, if something happens to me, can you come around to my house and at least tidy it up so it looks
just
like
clean it
an adult has lived here.
Yeah.
She's under a lot of stress. She's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
But she said it's just, I can't have anybody coming in and seeing this, but you, I trust to see it and sort it out.
All right, sort it out.
A lot of couples out there that would have a little sneaky swing here and there, and like maybe some masks,
things that they don't want to see discovered.
The dress up
You get
box.
to the end, eh?
stuff that I think that they would like to be removed. There'll be a lot. I don't know. Look, I don't want to be sexist, but I think there'll be more single men that have got some stuff.
An
under
inflatable
their bed.
friend.
Then there will be women, but I'm not sure.
I reckon. Okay, I'll go the other way. I think there'll be a lot of women call us in this, but it doesn't have to be.
Oh, that's you know why?
those
Because
types of
women
stuff.
admit to stuff, men don't.
100%.
Because men hide their
you, Sean?
secrets.
Sorry, I don't admit to anything.
That's what that is.
You're listening to Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Sometimes you have to think about what would happen if I was to pass away.
Yep.
Would I be happy with people coming into my house as it is?
This guy in Australia has got a business where he basically grants people's dying wishes and concerns, one of which was an 88-year-old man that was in palliative care asking him to go and dismantle his sex dungeon. Bit of 50 Shades action there before his adult sons found it.
What a business! It's actually thriving.
Yeah.
His business is thriving.
I sort of really do wish that they didn't clean it up so the sons found it.
I know.
Because he
Just
said
wanna
it
see their
was
face.
super impressive.
Let's go to Shannon in Baldivis. Hello.
Good, thank you.
Hey, Shannon. Okay, so was this something that you found
Or something you're worried about.
So this is something that my friend, they found in their grandpa's little motorised scooter.
Yes.
So their grandpa was this little old man who everyone in the town knew used to go around on his motorised scooter. Passed away quite old, almost 90, and when they opened up the little basket on his scooter, they found a big bag of marijuana.
Pop?
The old fella, medicinal, obviously.
Obviously.
So do we reckon that was for his personal use, or is he a little bit of a drug runner on his scoots?
Oh, no.
Well, there was quite a lot of it. So it could have been the town store.
That he was,
Who would stop an elderly man on a scooter?
No one.
For a check.
It's the perfect cover.
Perfect. Write it down, everyone.
Oh my God.
And also, you've got to supplement the pension somehow.
Oh, that's a good point, Nat.
Oh my God.
You can't
And
live
then-
on that.
And then wouldn't you straight away as well be an Uber Eats driver and just stay outside of that house?
Yeah, that's right. Thanks,
Got
Shannon.
marketed.
Anna's in Warnborough. Hello.
Hello, how you
All
going?
right, great, Anna. What have you got for us?
Yeah, a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, her granny passed away, and she had to pack up the house, and she asked if I'd give her a hand. And so we started in the bedroom on the clothes, and we both sat down on the bed to sort of go through everything. And the bed just felt a bit odd. And anyway, we ended up, we're like, it feels like there's something in there. And so we actually used a knife and had a look in the mattress.
Yes.
And it was one of those really old-fashioned mattresses. And she had 3 sections in the mattress, sort of like shelves, but just sort of made of cardboard.
Okay.
Yes.
One end, it was full of really old pornographic magazines. and
Granny.
the middle section had a whole range of drug paraphernalia.
Oh!
And the other end had 80 grand in cash.
Oh! The trifecta!
Holy hell!
Oh, you naughty Nana, I love her.
That's so amazing.
Oh, my God. Wouldn't you want to have hung out with her when she was a bit
Yes!
younger? Or older, who knows?
Old, exactly.
How old was she when she passed, Anna?
Oh, 85.
Oh,
How old were the magazines? Were the magazines
that's
from
good
a way back?
Oh, yeah, pretty old.
Pretty old.
Straight out of the doctor's
was it
surgery.
was it a lady showing her ankle?
That's right. Cool niece.
Oh.
That is
And her
amazing.
Nathan, Nat and Sean in podcast form.
We're talking about, well, when somebody passes away, we know it's sad, but then someone has to go through their stuff.
Yep.
Sometimes you find things, sometimes they hide things ahead of time.
Yes,
We,
I do.
even put the call out for someone to admit something that they need hidden at their place, but not one person has been
No.
brave enough to
Soft.
front up.
Weak.
Strav, hello.
Hello,
Now,
Strav.
Strav, are you going to own up to what it is you've, or did you find something?
No, I've found something. So I was doing furniture removaling when I was younger,
Yeah.
and we had to move. The person in the house was going to a retirement village, and in the living room. I feel weird about it because I had to move all the stuff.
Oh, yeah.
There was a chair, a TV, DVD, shelves behind it, full of movies.
Like what? Like Back
Blue
to the
movies.
Future and stuff?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, it's movies, not your comedies, not your
Not
action
Blazing
movies.
Saddles.
Adult movies, you might say.
So everything
Yeah,
that Debbie's done?
Sexy, sexy movies.
And I'm talking like maybe
Hardcore.
10,000.
10,000!
Oh, easy.
Strav.
Boxes and boxes.
So is this an old lady or an old man's house?
Old man.
An old... Oh. Sean.
Yeah.
Well, he
the kids
finally,
knew about it.
he
The
finally
kids knew
exhausted
about it.
himself to death, didn't he?
Yeah, the kids knew about... Well, how couldn't they?
It was right there in the lounge room.
Literally box sets displayed on the shelf.
Think of that.
Thousands.
They're probably worth a lot of money now.
I wonder,
Oh, yeah.
wonder if he had his favourites.
That's why I would
They'd be worn out.
money.
I tell you what, they call it now physical media. There was a lot of physicality
Yeah,
at that
that's right.
media.
That's right.
Tell you right, that.
Well,
right
also
now.
in Averley is Derek. Good morning, Derek.
Good morning.
All right, Derek.
Hello.
Did you find something after somebody passed away?
No, it's in my house.
Okay, so you're going to tell us what it is at your house that you definitely want gone after you die.
Yeah.
Derek, I'm
All right.
so
Okay,
proud.
Derek.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, well, I've had my friend lined up for quite some years now to come into my house
Yes.
and do a bit of a sweep. I used to go out with a leather master.
Oh,
Yes,
Derek.
yes.
Derek,
We
I
remember you spoke to the German leather
Derek,
man.
and it didn't work out because you weren't a very good slave.
Yes, but there was some things I liked.
Sure.
So, I have quite a range of different things within drawers and cupboards and boxes that
Yes.
really need and film capturing.
Okay.
He's a regular Spielberg.
Yeah.
Derek.
So who have you got lined up in case of emergency?
My best friend, Cole,
Yes.
Yeah.
and he knows where everything is. And,
Great.
Right. And he's got instructions that if anything happens to me, especially before my mum and dad,
Yes.
if it goes, that they'll be the first to come in and clean up.
Of course they will.
But,
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, Derek, I just want to know, so do you keep everything in one spot or do you have them scattered around the house? Can you give us, because we don't know where you live, can you give us where things are?
They're scattered throughout. I live by myself, so they're scattered throughout so that it's not in one big bulk place because I like to keep things neat, and I'm thinking if there's ever a burglar that's quite kinky, I don't want them stealing everything.
Sure. That's your major concern.
Bring me the burglar that's going to take that pile of stuff. Derek.
You never know. You never know.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Sean.
All right, it's time to catch up with our good friend Jeremy McGovern from the West Coast Eagles. We missed the governor last week. He's very apologetic. He's running businesses now, of course, saving the world.
Jeez.
He's doing it all.
Hi, Gov.
How are we, guys? I apologise for last week. I'm blaming my son.
Mate,
Good, I do.
you know what? We saw how much money you make on the back paper.
Yeah.
We're surprised you even take our calls.
Yeah, mate, make sure you believe everything you read in that.
Oh, we do. And on the internet, thank you very much. It's all true. Hey, what is it like, guys? So when there is something like that written about your pay packet on the back of the paper, what happens? What messages do you get off people? Do people just give you crap?
A little bit. Well, my mates give me crap, and then other people look at me pretty funny, and I just sort of just let them know that it's completely false.
Because the expectation must be that you will pay for, like, if you're going out, I'll get dinner. Like, people are expecting that, right?
They know that, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, everyone all of a sudden's forgetting their wallet all the time.
Oh, yeah. Because imagine if guys were like, oh, so we're splitting the bill. People are like, oh, my God, what a stingy.
Have you seen how much he makes?
Did you read the West Australian? Or when you go around there and your kids are going to someone's birthday party, oh, my God, you see what the McGovern's bought?
They only spent $20.
They make $1.1 million, and that's just his football pay. Imagine the sponsorships.
The term putting a bit of mayo on it. That's it. There's a fair bit of mayo on that.
Okay, well, one thing's for sure is a couple of the Eagles players, veterans that is, who are getting all the money, apparently part of the West Australian, are playing this week, and that's Andrew Gaff and Nick Natanui. They've been put in mothballs like you, mate.
Yeah, no, mate, the boys, to be honest, have been battling away the last couple of weeks. Obviously, Nick's had his knee issues, and Gaffy's been really sore throughout the whole year with his ankles, so the boys have done really well to try and punch it all out. But, obviously not playing this week, which is a bit of a bummer, but it's all part of it. It's all part of footy, and we just get those boys right. We're all going to have big off-season, big pre-season, and just freshen them up and get them right.
How old are you now?
I'm 30.
So you're 30.
Which is ancient, apparently.
Yeah, what's Nick?
No, he's around the same, Nick.
31, I think. Nick is, and
Shuey?
Gaffy's 30 as well.
Shuey's 30.
Shuey's 31 or 32.
So do you feel, with the younger members of your team, do you feel like, because everyone talks about how you guys are old, do you feel the age gap with them? Like what they're into and what they do? Talk to me.
Massively. Hugely. I do feel old. I thought I'd be that. There's always a couple of guys who are still 32, 33 and they act like they're 18.
Yeah.
I was hoping I was going to be that guy. I'm not at the moment. I'm the old guy that's not quite picking up all this TikTok stuff.
The tickety-tock. And I guess that's why they don't want to take Nick and Gaffy to Geelong, because their old joints are just freeze up in the cold. Is that the...
Yeah, pretty much. By the sounds of it, it's a long trip and it is freezing cold down there. The boys are just going to get fixed up, I think, and get ready for next year.
Isn't it funny? Like, and it's part of the workplace and part of what you sign up for. But at the end of every season, particularly when I always find this the teams down the bottom. And it's happened at Freo, where the bell goes at the last game of the season, and 20 blokes are getting surgery.
Yes.
And people say that they get paid a lot of money, but not everyone does. And then the other thing, you're getting...
Yeah, not everybody needs surgery to do their job.
They just get there one by one, boom, 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 boom. It's incredible.
You'd hate to be anybody else trying to get an orthopaedic appointment in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, the doctor's been getting hammered at our footy club this whole year, and then, like Shaun said, back end of the year, everyone's just getting booked in for surgery. I think Jacob Waterman went in the other day, and I've had mine. Everyone's just, booking in, just trying to get their bodies right.
How many have you had? How many ops have you had over the journey there, Gov?
Myself?
Yeah.
I've had a fair few. Yeah. I've had too many, Shaun, to be honest. It doesn't go on your stat sheet at the end of your career, but I would be north of double figures. I reckon I would have had.
Yeah, right.
12. Between 12 and 15, probably.
Wow, the last operation I had was when I had my tonsils out when I was a kid.
Your body's in pristine condition.
Yeah, I always say 1 lady driver, low kilometres, my body, Gov. So. Yeah.
Oh, no, you'd have to put yourself in the draft this year, mate. We might have to pick you up.
Hey,
exactly
Gov.
what we're looking for is durability.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Never taken out of the packet.
Yeah.
We spoke to a guy last week, Gov. If you had answered your phone, you would have known. His name is Henry. He's from the UK and he can taste, smell or feel people's names. He's got this condition. Anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
True. I know, it's amazing, isn't it?
It's amazing. Like, Natalie, your name was?
Nat is like the bite of an an insect on your arm, which obviously is coming from the insect gnat.
yeah.
But yes,
But also Natalie is wooden splinters in your mouth.
Yeah, I can't
Sean.
remember what one was. At all.
Sean.
Yours was grey wrapping paper.
Mine's grey wrapping paper that
grey
would go
like
around
tissue
a present.
paper. Yep.
Griffin,
Griffin Logue.
who is a love footy guy. He tastes like a leafy salad, and Jeremy tastes like melting chocolate. You got a good one.
There you go.
How good's that?
The sweet
That's
taste of
amazing, oh.
Jeremy.
I know.
Tell your missus.
Other people's names taste like urine and all this sort of stuff. So you got a good.
You don't want to be called Kirsty,
No.
just so you know.
Yeah. So
What was Kirsty?
Kirsty's urine, the smell of
Smell
urine.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's all.
Yeah, I'll take the chocolate.
Yeah, exactly. It's a melted
Really
chocolate.
good
That's
one.
beautiful.
Gov, before I get you out, just one quick one on the game. What's a good result for the West Coast this weekend? If the bus breaks down on the way to the game?
Yep.
What is it?
Oh, come on, Sean, mate. We're always rocking up.
Not getting hypothermia, I think, is a good result.
Yeah, no, a win's a great result for us, to be honest. Obviously, we want to win. Everyone's completely written us off, which is fair enough, obviously, with our form throughout the year and Geelong's form. But, mate, a win would be great. But I think if we just show the same amount of effort and competitiveness as we had the last sort of 4 or 5 weeks, I think that'll put us in good stead to have either get a win or be extremely competitive.
Yeah, well said.
And my tips are riding on this. I'm leading the footy tipping, and it all comes down to tonight. Who do you reckon's going to get up between Brisbane and Melbourne?
Oh, where's it getting played?
Gabba.
Oh.
Tough, isn't it?
Brisbane haven't lost there for a while. I'll back Melbourne in Norwich and then hit their straps right time of the year, so I'd go Melbourne.
There we go.
I'm so
the governor.
torn. I'm
Now
so
it's on
torn.
him.
Thanks,
Good on you,
Gav.
mate.
Love your work, buddy.
Tastes like melted
All right,
chocolate.
guys.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
A few days ago, the police had rushed to a California zoo because they received a phone call, and then the phone call hung up, and then they couldn't get back in contact. And they're like,
God.
"Oh my God, there's something happening at
Cause
the
for
zoo."
alarm.
When they got to the zoo, they found out from the zookeeper that a capuchin monkey named Rout accidentally somehow got a phone out of a golf buggy and then called the police.
So it knew to dial 911. That's amazing.
Dialed 911. And so then they got there and went, "Oh, okay, well,
It's just a monkey.
that was a monkey."
Or no, it's like, what is your emergency route? What is
No,
it?
it's
It's like, I don't
that
know.
was a
One's giving
monkey.
me
It's like-
enough bananas.
So the zoo owner had to go, "I'm so sorry, that was our monkey that called." And that's why
It's a great excuse.
The monkey knows how to call 911, doesn't know how to answer a phone.
Well, sometimes people can make mistakes, and I've been described as an animal plenty of times around here, so I know how the monkey feels. This morning, 4:31, I was driving on to work, and there's this thing playing on my mind, which is an invoice that I've got to pay for a damaged ceiling. And my mate's over in the East Coast, Dennis, so I thought, I'll give him a call.
Because he's a builder, isn't he?
He's a builder. He's
Yeah.
up at Sparrows Fart. He's into it. Doesn't
Yeah,
stop
2
people
hour
working.
time difference.
Yeah, that's easy. So I jumped on the phone and I rang 4:31, and he didn't answer. It was very unusual, so I thought, I'll give it again. Rang right out, and then I looked, and I've rang Dennis Cometti this morning.
You've rang Dennis Cometti.
Twice at 4:30 in the morning.
4:31 and a half, whatever. All the way out.
Do you ring Dennis Cometti and just let it ring and ring and
then He would
ring?
have been in bed going, "Oh, who the hell is this?"
Why wasn't he up? He's getting, you know what I mean?
Oh, he's old. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I love Dennis Cometti.
Sean.
He'll look
Well,
at
so
his
much
face
that
and
you
go,
call him
oh, my Lord.
Sean, if he rings you back this morning, answer the phone like this.
Just got to get yourself
Dennis
a monkey
is
to
a
blame it
pet
on.
monkey.
Always
nothing to
blame
do
a
with me.
monkey.
Dennis Cometti.
Cometti. Oh, poor Dennis. I hope I didn't wake him. Well, I did.
No, yeah, well, not enough to
Rang
answer his
twice. He's on
phone.
some emergency.
Or at least he's just looked at it and said, I'm not answering to him.
How old's Dennis Cometti now?
Oh.
70?
Mate, he would have been up ages ago.
You would think.
The older you are, the earlier you get up.
That's what they say.
Dennis. Love you, Dennis. Morning.
I'm just trying to find his age for us.
Oh, he won't like to hear
is 73.
Yeah, so he would have been up at like 4.
But so he's just screening your calls. It's you who doesn't want to talk to.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.